Hey everyone, James Niggemeyer here. Thank you for tuning back into the YouTube channel. I want to share something with you guys that pros have been doing kind of secretly behind the scenes for a number of years, and actually quite quietly. I don't see a whole lot of people talk about it. You don't see it in top 10 tournament results. You really have to dig into the sport to kind of find this kind of a subtle trick or change or tweak to what guys have been doing for a number of years when it comes to Texas rigging some soft plastics, namely a tube. And a tube is something that for a number of anglers, they've already shelved that bait. That bait is history. That's an older bait, so really they don't really care about that bait. But there's a number of pros that are utilizing that bait. I'm one of them. And there's been a hook that a lot of guys have turned to get a higher hook to land ratio, but to also maintain some of that spiral as it falls to the bottom. Because a lot of times when you peg your weight on top of the tube or right up against the tube, then it kills that spiral, kills some of the action. And when you hop it, it kills that action, kind of makes it more rigid, more one piece. Well, this type of hook setup has really kind of invigorated that action that's so inherent in tube fishing. And to get right into it, the hook that guys have been using is a ringed eye hook. And the ringed eye is a sealed eye. And the way that works is basically you have an extra wide gap. This is an owner jungle wide gap right there. And then it has a ringed eye right there. If you can see that, that's a solid ring. And this is something that was popular in saltwater, I think, well before it became popular in freshwater. And so if you think you're gonna bust that welded eye, or you think it's not gonna hold your fish, think again, because they were using them for tuna and tuna hooks. Again, once you tie your line directly to the hook, let me just get one of these hooks that don't have the ring on it. Once you tie your line directly to the eye and then you peg your weight on there, it really kind of makes the bait more rigid, almost more of a do nothing type action. So if you could get, just like you would think about tying a loop knot on a top water, same principle, same hooks, but one has a ring eye and one does not. And the ring eye, I feel like, really kind of got its popularity with the guys that were throwing tubes. And if you look at it, it just basically makes it like if you fish a hinged head or a hard head, this is what it creates. It creates a scenario where you have a lot more action in the bait as it's falling and everything. So that's really where anglers have kind of gone to, or a handful of anglers have gone to. And honestly, the verdict's still out with me. I'm not sure if I love this or not. I know that I catch fish on it. I know that it works. I want to say the biggest bass I caught was in Florida, punching hyacinth with like an ounce and a half. And I used this ring eye with 50-pound test braided line. And yeah, caught that fish no problem. So the ring eye is definitely gonna hold. Like I said, saltwater guys have been using it longer than we have. But that's the kind of setup. And by getting some distance between the hook and the weight, you definitely have more of an erratic action, more of a free movement. And if you like the free rig, that's the whole business behind it, is making your bait more, give it more action and enabling it to do the things it's supposed to do inherent in the bait and the way it's designed. And normally I would be pegging this, and if I pegged it, you'd still have a lot of movement because of that hinge. But I'm curious, how many anglers are using this? I mean, it's interesting because I know that some guys are using it on tour as specifically for tubes, but I've utilized it for my fat Ica. I've used it for different things just because once you add that hinge to it, and first off, I gotta say, I wasn't into the idea that the weight wasn't just touching the bait. I'm one of those guys that likes a really clean appearance. And I just didn't know what to think about that, but I honestly don't think the fish really care. I think a lot of times they're gonna eat it on the descent, on the fall. and that action as it comes down, that's definitely going to be part of the key. But also when I hop it and then it's moving more naturally and giving it more action because of that hinge, you're definitely taking advantage of the bait's action there. And so I've been playing with this for a while. This hook is actually not available to the public. I mean, it's basically this Owner Jungle Y-Gap, but then the guys at Owner were so gracious to make me one with a ring eye on it, because this is something that some anglers have been doing for a while, and it's really basically a prototype. But there's other hook companies that have a ringed eye. Just curious what you guys think about it. Do you fish a ring eye? Do you think there's more hype in this thing, or do you think there's actually something to it? I definitely think there are some things to it that can make it beneficial. I don't know. I think I would need to have someone in the boat with me, and we'll need to go toe to toe, flip to flip, and see if I get more bites than they do, or vice versa. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. If you're not familiar with the ringed eye approach when Texas rigging your soft plastic baits, you might want to look at it. Hopefully some of you guys are already doing it and you'd like to share that with the rest of the community. I hope you do. Drop a comment down below. If you like this video or got anything out of it, please give me a thumbs up. And go over to the description section. I've got links to my Facebook, Instagram, my website, as well as there's a discount code for Amphibia eye gear and my merch at DeVille Originals, Team Niggemeyer Fishing. Until next time, thanks for watching and good fishing. Good fishing.